viewers, I'm Tim of Goffberg, and welcome to the world of Hublot. Today we discuss the proper usage and care of your Hublot Classic Fusion Chronograph Berluti Scritto Ocean Blue. This timepiece is automatic winding by virtue of case-back winding mass. Nevertheless, you can manually wind the timepiece by taking the crown in its first position flush to the case and turning it in a clockwise direction 20 to 30 turns. 20 to 30 turns will be sufficient to start the movement, and you'll know the watch is running because even with the chronograph inactive, the constant seconds subdial at 3 o'clock will be in motion. The timepiece is set by pulling the crown out to a stop. Pull it out gently through its detents and pull it to a stop, but wait until the seconds subdial reaches 60 before you do so. This will allow you to use the stop seconds function of the watch to synchronize it to the hour, minute, and second against a precise reference such as an online atomic clock. So I'm going to wait for that hand to get there, and then I pull the crown out. Now the crown's out, the balance is stopped, the watch is halted. Use that online atomic clock and set the watch to the same hour and the next minute. So let's say it is 4 o'clock where I am. I'm going to set the watch to 4:01. Now I'm going to wait for that reference time, which is no more than 60 seconds behind, to catch up to the time I've set. And the second all three hands coincide with the reference time, everything matches up. That's when you push that crown back in. The seconds hand resumes its beat. The balance is bouncing again. You've synchronized your reference time. Always push the crown back in once you've finished winding and setting the watch. The crown should remain unused during periods of aquatic immersion, and we're going to discuss that in a moment. But first, chronograph functions. You start the chronograph with the pusher at 2 o'clock, you stop the chronograph with the same pusher, and you reset using the pusher at 4 o'clock. Always in that sequence. You start, you stop, and you reset. If you try to reset the watch while the chronograph is running, you will crash the movement and cause severe damage. Pushing on the reset trigger while the chronograph is in motion will meet with resistance. That's the watch trying to give you a hint not to go through with this. Stop and then reset, always in that sequence. We talked about water, let's revisit that. Water is the most serious of three principal hazards your watch will face: water, magnetism, and shock. Though the watch is water resistant to 50 meters, which is sufficient for surface swimming, keep in mind that leather, as featured on the strap on both sides, is a porous natural material that is never water resistant. Therefore, ensure that you choose an Hublot factory water resistant band to swap out for this one before aquatic activity. Full rubber is ideal. Also, you can help avoid accidental drowning. I mentioned that you should neither pull the crown nor wind with the crown while the watch is wet. The same goes for the chronograph pushers. Ensure all functions on the crown side are disused while the watch is submerged, or even while there's water on the case, as manipulating these controls in any fashion while they're wet can bypass the seals and introduce water into the movement and dial side of your watch. And with a custom Berluti leather dial, the consequences could be grave on both sides. It's also important to recognize that water resistance is not a static feature of a watch. As seals age and lubricants degrade, your watch will be relatively less water resistant than the 50-meter rating with which it left the factory. Therefore, Hublot recommends every 24 months at most having the watch water tested at an Hublot factory service center. This is also a good time to have total condition as well as mechanical performance evaluated to see if a comprehensive service is required. More on that in a moment. Magnetism is a concern because it's ubiquitous. It's in the closures of wallets, purses, and refrigerators. It's in high-powered speakers, woofers, MRI equipment. There are even magnets inside your laptop. The built-in speakers have powerful units, and of course any electromagnetic field such as a wiring loom, a wire, or a personal device can magnetize the hairspring. The hallmark of a magnetized watch is erratic running. It may run slowly, it may run quickly, but if you suspect due to erratic running that your watch has become magnetized, take it to an Hublot factory service center or factory dealer where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize your watch. Shock and concussion, however, can have more lasting impacts, pun intended, on your watch. At minimum, shock and concussion can cause the movement to run without precision. At worst, you may physically damage the case, crack the sapphire, or even stop the watch. So Hublot recommends that you discontinue use of your classic fusion chronograph during concussive sports such as batting, tennis, and golf, firearms marksmanship, as well as the riding of ATVs or mountain bikes. Ultimately, just as with a high-performance car, every high-performance watch needs a periodic comprehensive service. Per Hublot, this should take place every 3 to 5 years. The best time to have total condition checked is during your 24-month water test. If necessary, service exclusively with Hublot-authorized service centers or with the Hublot factory itself, as these agencies solely have trained personnel, specialized tools, as well as Hublot factory replacement parts to protect the value of your watch as both instrument and as investment. Moreover, only these agencies are able to back all labor and parts invested with an Hublot factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the usage and care of this or any Hublot timepiece.